Hey everyone, what's going on? Joey here. Currently, I'm in Anglesey, New Jersey, aka North Wildwood, because it's been exactly 1 month since our last construction update on the island because there's so many projects taking place. So I figured it's time to do yet another update. So we're going to start here in North Wildwood in Anglesey and make our way all the way to Diamond Beach. And this time, I asked you guys in a poll online to tell me what places you want me to add in. There's a few new places, a couple places are dropping out, such as the St. Anne's property right there, and then of course a little bit down towards where the Trinity School used to be, because unfortunately right now they're waiting for the CAFRA report, which is going to take several months, so we're going to leave that out for now. But there's a lot of things we're going to cover. This video might be a little long, but stay with me. Now before we get started, make sure you subscribe, you turn on notifications, and you give this video a thumbs up. It's a little windy. We will try to get the drone in the air for you guys, but here we go. So the reason why we're in Anglesey is because the last time we started our video here where they're repairing the seawall, and not too much has been done. Let me go ahead and move towards the wall so you can see what it looks like. So from this angle, it doesn't look like much, but you can actually see a lot that's going on. First of all, have you noticed right here how it's actually shallow? Or at least it is mud or something that's being picked up. I don't think I've seen the water this color before, because you can definitely tell where the rocks are and where it leads out. But in here is where the boulders were originally. They were taking them out of there via the crane to set them in place. And we're gonna see, I think it might be empty inside now because it looks like it's risen up in the water. But yeah, let's get the drone in the sky. As you can hear and probably could have seen with the video, it is very, very windy out, but there is no boulders left inside except for a little excavator that they were using maybe to clean up or help lift up the boulders to attach it to the crane. Anyway, let's continue on. Let's head over to the bar area in North Wildwood. Here we go. We are now on Old New Jersey Avenue because there's a few things that are taking place. One is the city started closing off the streets to get ready for the weekenders that come down here. Because as you know, last year they made it a ordinance that, hey, we can close down this street to allow people to socially distance and drink in the street, which is wonderful. And so they're bringing that back temporarily. I don't know for how much longer. I'm assuming it's for the summer, but you know, we'll see what happens. So I want to share this with you. Also, the Inlet, which by the way dropped the old it used to be called the Inlet on Old, now it's just the Inlet, is A, dropped that part of the name, and B, is doing an extensive remodel of the bottom bar section. That looks really cool so far. And then Curran's is slowly making its way into the old establishment location. So we're gonna walk down here. I mean, it's completely empty right now, but we're gonna walk around for you guys. You can see all of the outdoor seating. It looks great. Now, for the Inlet, they didn't change the sign yet, but they will shortly. And let's show you guys what it looks like, at least from this point of view, because I'm pretty sure they have like this down in here. Let's look. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like so far. It looks great so far. I really do like it. Now the back deck is open right now, okay? So they are open. If you want to get a nice drink and hang out on the patio, I mean, today's a perfect temperature for this. I'm wearing short sleeves. Then go right ahead. I mean, go right to the back. This is what the new front looks like currently. Still a lot of work to go, but should be ready for Memorial Day. Now we're going to continue down this way a block. So now we're coming up to Curran's, and as you can see, they added all the signage up. They've got one on the side right over here on the canopy, and on the side, well, that's actually a light up one. So that's actually really nice. Let's walk a little closer. So yeah, look, it's new neon. That's awesome. I'm so happy they put a neon sign up. Can't wait to come out at night. That looks like that might be yellow. Oh, that's really cool. But yeah, coming along. This whole entire place will look almost brand new by the time Memorial Day weekend comes by. Because now Keenan's is also doing something at a restaurant. Anyway, we're done here. Let's head over to the Lighthouse because there was another project that they started a few months ago, and it's also spring, so it looks gorgeous. So here we go. Now we're in front of the Lighthouse because a while ago we told you that they were working on a project which would restore the ecosystem back here, removing all of the invasive species. And I'm also here because it's springtime, and here at springtime's amazing because they have all the tulips blooming and so many other things going on. And so I figured let's just quickly walk around so I could show you how everything looks, because let me tell you, it's beautiful. We are going to start in the front, just like at City Hall I showed you guys online. Look at all the tulips. So many of them. They look so beautiful as they're blooming right now. We're gonna walk around back. You know, they installed those brand new tree line over here not too long ago. So many tulips. Look how big they are. Absolutely beautiful. They have tulips over on this end over here as well. You can check them out. And we're gonna make our way into the back. Here we go with more tulips, guys. They are massive. They are beautiful. And they're everywhere. This is the perfect place to take some Instagram photos. Now I jumped in this corner because one of the things that they circled on their project is getting rid of all of the vines back here because they're actually killing off these trees because they're suffocating them. So it doesn't look like they got to that yet, or it looks like they just kind of started it maybe a little bit, but still a lot of work to go. I mean, this poor tree back here is completely dead, and you can see all the vines on top of it choking it. This is what I mean right here. Do you see all that brush that's covering that tree? It's sucking everything out of it, causing it not to bud. So they need to remove all of this and all of this back there. So still some more work to go here, but let's head up that way. Making our way up the path, you can see some of these flowers coming out. Everything's starting to come back to life. Now there hasn't been too much of an update since. Up here, I mean, they really haven't done much, maybe added in a few other benches. But nonetheless, it looks amazing. So in the next few weeks, come down here and see this before they start to die off. Anyway, let's head over to our next project. Now I'm over on 3rd and JFK to give you an update about the closed sidewalks. A few months ago, actually let's say about a month ago, we announced that most of the sidewalks were closed because they found some underlining with the concrete work, with the water, and a little bit of an update. It's not the entire block all the way down to 7th Avenue that's closed off. You can see certain sections are. Right here, you can see this section here. Another section right over there, and then pretty much most of, I would say, 2nd all the way to the very end of the walk, which means that they've been doing their tests and finding certain areas that do have this issue. Now, I don't know when they will start fixing it or how much money it's going to cost, so stay tuned for that. And I do have another update, at least when it comes to the replenishing of the beaches. They've pretty much built up the sand dunes, and they are, let me just say, they are so incredibly tall. I do want to get the drone in the sky to share them with you. So the biggest section of it right now is at 15th. So I'm going to drive down to 15th and get the drone in the sky for you guys. Here we go. And now I'm on 15th Street and pretty much the beach. And I wish I could see a reaction to this, because what I'm going to show you, which is the sand dunes, the way that they're building them up, they're not going to stay this way, remember. The height of them, this is the lifeguard house right here. And that's the sand dune right next to it. From this angle, you can't really tell, but the sand dune is actually taller than this building right here. That's right. I do have a full video going through all of the details of this project. It actually is the same project they did last year and previous. It's pretty much, they go down the Wildwood, Crest, and Wildwood. They are not Wildwood, Crest, but Wildwood most importantly. They take up at least the first 20 feet of sand, they put it in trucks, and they bring them all the way down the beach and dump them here. Then once we get through all the stormy seasons, the nor'easters and things like that, they then get on top of here and they start smoothing it down, which then increases the height of the beach all the way down. On top of that, they put sand dunes on there, and that's our replenishment project. That's what we've been doing for the past many years because we can't dredge the inlet. And so, for the time being, this is what it looks like. And I know a lot of you guys think it's cool to see something like that. It's kind of weird at night when you're driving, you're expecting to see the ocean, and you just kind of see that there. One thing I do have to say is, don't climb them, okay? It's an injury just waiting to happen, and you're at fault if you climb these things. I mean, the city pretty much wrote beaches closed on every single section, so get off the beach. There's massive trucks driving up and down it. You don't want to get ran over, and you don't want to fall into these things because they're not made to be stable. They're made to be able to be pushed over and make the beach bigger. Anyway, I have the drone with me, as you can hear. The wind is very strong, but I want to walk around the dune for you and then show you what it looks like from the sky. So here's the building. I really don't know the height of it, but when I put the drone up, I'll tell you in meters how tall this thing is. I mean, it is extensive. See how they have the beach closed off here and here and here? Don't climb this, please don't. I'm trying to help you out here. So hopefully this shows you how tall it is. Yeah. See the comparison there? Big difference. And here's the ocean behind us. You can see all the tire tracks. Well, actually not tire tracks. I guess some of them are tires, some of them are tractor on the beach. And it goes all the way down there. Pretty much most of North Wildwood at this point. Currently, they're actually, I think, at Magnolia, pulling the sand over there and then making its way down this way. Now, those asking, is it going to affect the Wildwood beaches? Not as much, because with erosion, that stuff will probably make its way over there by the end of 2021. But anyway, let's try to get the drone in the sky for you. Yeah, that looks massive, right? You saw when we went past the lifeguard house here, which is about, I would say 35 feet. When we went to the mound, we actually landed the drone right on top of it. It was at 19 meters, which is what, 62 feet or something like that? 62 or 63 feet? Yeah, almost doubling the size of the building. That's how big it is. And so, look at their tractors. They'll push it down and push it forward. That way the beach will get bigger. It's a big project. They do this every year now. Hopefully, in the coming years, they can start dredging the inlet, because if you notice this past year, Champagne Island was almost connecting to the North Wildwood Beach. I know. Anyway, let's continue on. So many more places I want to show you guys. Here is the Oceanside. They're still doing a lot of work. A lot more to go, but it looks great so far. Here's the surf. Not too much has changed since our last update. Still a lot to go, though. Now we're outside the new Trio location. Not too much is going on, as you can see. They haven't painted the building yet, and they covered the windows, which I'm assuming they're probably putting in new windows, and that's probably why they did that. But as far as you can see, not too much is going on. Now let's run over to a project that I wrote an article about last year, but haven't filmed yet, and that is the Surfing Pig. They're doing a ton of work over there. Now I'm sitting outside the Surfing Pig because they're adding a second story over here. Can you imagine what the views are gonna look like during the sunset? Margarita in your hands, watching the sunset over there. It's gonna be amazing. I have the drone with me. It's a little windy once again, but I wanna give you guys a view of what it looks like, because it's gonna be amazing. Here we go. As you can see, it looks amazing so far. Great food, and I'm so excited for them. Let's continue on, guys. We are currently on Pacific Avenue right here at Pine because there's a new fried chicken place coming over here. Right over here called Crispy Crunchy Chicken. We announced this place a few weeks ago, and they already started bringing in the equipment. Let me show you the inside real quick. A lot of work to go, but it's coming together. You see the equipment has arrived, some signage in there, but nothing too much yet. I don't think I've seen another restaurant pop up on this side of Pacific Avenue in a while, so I'm so excited for them. Anyway, let's continue on. As I said before, nothing is really happening here. This project and the Second Street Annex project is on pause for now. Hopefully in a few months we'll get started up again. Here's an update on Papi's Taco Shack. The upstairs looks to be completed, and then on the face of it, they added in all these amazing tile. Look how cool it is. All these different designs. I love this. This is going to be amazing once it's done. We're working inside right now. You can still actually see the orange in there. But going over to the right, it's a little windy. They finished the entire side and they're working on the back and the other side right now. Now we're outside Jersey Grill because since our last update, they've done a lot to this building. They've painted it, added a little sign, made the patio bigger, added some plants, and right now they're actually installing an awning. Let me flip the camera around for you guys. So now we've got this navy and this white/cream. On the side of it, it says like sha-la-la. You know the song? Sha-la-la. So that looks really, really cool. There should be a new sign coming up very shortly. Now I'm assuming that the proposal that we announced to you guys that they were doing, which was connecting the Blue Palm to them, won't start until either the off season or next year because they wouldn't have put in the brand new curb and everything else. But I'm actually really excited for that project because that will have such an amazing doo-wop feel right over here. But anyway, let's continue on. So many more projects, and a lot of you guys are probably saying you're going to talk about the Stardust and the other property, Colleen's, and so on and so forth. That's still a very, very long phases right now. I can link to that below, but nothing is going to happen right now. Same thing with the 2nd Street Annie's. A lot of permits, a lot of DEP stuff that's got to get approved. So nothing to report on now. We probably won't report on that for at least another 4 to 6 months. Yeah, I know, that's how long it takes to get things approved through the state. Anyway, let's continue on. Most of Ocean Avenue is still closed down for construction. It's gonna be like this just for a while, guys. So stay tuned for a large update in a few months. Now this whole part of the boardwalk is closed off because they've had this whole thing ripped up. They're currently laying the pipe that's gonna go from the pump house here all the way up there. That's right, you can see they're actually laying the concrete slabs down with the pipe. That's going on over here. The part down here is actually almost completed. So that's coming together really nicely. Portion here will be ready by Memorial Day weekend, so don't worry, the tram car will be able to make its way down. It says either Memorial Day weekend or maybe a week or two afterwards. So this is actually turning out really, really well and actually moving really quickly. We do have a full video update on this. Not a full update right now, but an update from about 3 weeks ago, so I'll be sure to link that below. Anyway, let's continue on. Now I'm outside the former Riggins, which, as you can see behind me, is completely gone. They knocked down the gas station here, the building next door, and the one next to that, and then currently they're knocking down the house next door. Now, my guess is, before they really start going and building up for this new Sinclair gas station we're getting, they probably have to rip up the old tanks down here and put in new ones. That's just a guess on my part, but still a long ways to go. Let me flip the camera around for you. You can see where the pumps used to be here and the house over there. A lot of work to go here. But I am really excited for the green dinosaur. Seriously, I think the dinosaur's name is actually Sinclair. It's gonna be really cool. I know, something to be excited about, something really weird to be excited about, but I still think it's cool. Anyway, let's continue on. There's a lot of things going on down here, right? Now, as of March 31st, the city finally gave approval to the library. So the library will become the living room. And before you know it, guys, this will be an amazing place to hang out. If you want a full article and video about that, I'll put that in the link below. So many cool things are going to be happening here that it's hard to explain in one little quick update video. Here's the Ocean Holiday, and hopefully in about a month or two, they can finally start back up. I saw the blueprints. It's going to be amazing once it's done. We are now at the former Singapore Motel, and a lot has happened since the last time we've been here. The wind picked up, so I can't get the drone to the sky, but let me give you at least a tour from outside here. So they added on a brand new front to the hotel. Of course, last time we were here, they were doing the roof, and they kind of gutted everything. This side is still very much gutted, but down here, they're putting in new windows, new doors, a brand new balcony. They're actually working on the pool today. And as we walk around, you can see up here, they're connecting the buildings. I'm not sure what's gonna happen over here. I have to look at the blueprints again, but it looks really, really good so far. So you can see over here, this entire back end, they added in these rooms up here and over there. It looks great. I think it looks great. I don't know if they're going to be removing this section here, I have no idea. I mean, these are new I-beams, so it doesn't look likely, but this is gonna be beautiful once it's done. Anyway, the wind is really picking up, so no, I don't think we're gonna be doing any more drone footage for the rest of the day, but let's continue on. There's so many projects this is before. Please bear with me. So many things to share with you guys. Now we're finally at the last one for the day. The ICONA Diamond Beach, well underway, adding in that extra level. I mean, you can see back there, those ones are almost done. Putting up the stucco. The other side is actually blue. And they haven't started on the level up here yet. I'm assuming that's next. But this should be done by Memorial Day. And of course, this one I will continue coming back to because I'm really excited to see what it's going to look like once it is completed. I was going to put the drone up, but it's just a little bit too windy. But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me today. I know it was a long video and we saw so many projects. Let me know, which thing are you most excited to see? For me, I'm excited for the Surfing Pig, and I'm also excited for the Sinclair. I know it's a gas station, but there's a lot of cool retro-ness that comes with it that's gonna make the island look more 50s. Anyway, thank you for joining me, and a big thank you out to my patrons on patreon.com. Thank you so much for supporting my channel so that I can do videos like this. If you too want to support my channels, I'll put a link in the description below. Anyway, I'm Joey. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. I'm gonna go because it is so windy. I'll see you later, bye. This poor seagull can barely fly, look at him. Just hanging out, that's how windy it is. Just cruising along.